Hi guys, this is Luton, and today I'm going to be doing a little thought for the day on something that people kind of regularly fail to understand, and that is some defending. Now the first thing I'm doing is I'm an engineer because you obviously get a lot of vehicles. Just doing a little 360 on that guy. Well, 180 really. And okay, so I'm laying down mines. I laid one down between because often you get jeeps come between there, and then I'm laying some more across here, creating a line just protecting the back of the base so we don't have any jeeps, tanks and stuff come flying around to attack the rear of the base. So a little battlefield map knowledge required to understand to begin with. So that's the first thing you want to do, is be aware of your map. The next thing is you want to have a nice good flexible class, okay, and something that suits the map. You shouldn't just make a class that you like, you should tailor your classes to suit the map that you're playing. So I've got a javelin, I've got mines, I've got my Scar H with a heavy barrel, so that's going to give me some good range, but it's also, you know, powerful for medium range as well. And that's the kind of map that we're playing on. We've got a lot of vehicles and we're going to be dealing with infantry at about medium to long range. One of the most important things I want to talk about today though is the distance that you spend from the base. And you know, a lot of people can stay too close to the base or they can stay too far away, and that's something I want to illustrate in a later video as well. Now you can see this gun handling pretty well at that kind of medium, almost long range there, and you know, we're picking up some good clips on these guys here. This guy did the sensible thing of going prone, and I could have probably killed him a bit quicker if I'd actually been aiming at him. Now you can see that they've managed to get a B arm over there. Now I've been kind of covering the route to A. I don't know exactly what's been happening at B. This is half the issue of playing with teams just randomly. You can't do everything, and I struggle with this all the time, where you can't cover everything. Okay, you have to try and sort of dedicate something, especially on a base of this size. So now that they've infiltrated here, I just wanted to have a little look. So what I'm doing is I'm just making a little scout through the base. I'm trying to assess, you know, what's going on. Is there anyone around here? Has anything been destroyed? I'm just gathering some information. And then we can see that by moving around back here. Now you want to give yourself like a kind of working area, alright? And you want to kind of stick roughly to the area, barring any emergencies. If there is a real need for you to move out and go to a different place, that's where you want to be. Now look about how far I am away from the target here, okay? What am I doing right here? Oh, I'm putting team chat on. I'm staying kind of within running distance. You need to stay at a range that allows you to get back to the base. So you see where I am right now? This is my max range, okay? I don't really want to go any further forward than that. Now that's not because I want to, you see this wall here? This is a great distance to be at. And it's not because I don't want to go and get involved. It's because you need to have enough time to be able to run back, actually deal with a situation, and then disarm as well, okay? So you need to estimate that perhaps maybe there'll be 1-2 people here. If a target got on right now, I could get back. I may have about 2 to 3 seconds to eliminate a target and then get a disarm. That's kind of a tight window, but you need to manage the time that it will take to get back and deal with an issue, and you need to stack that up versus, you know, how much can you move around. If you stay too close to the target, that's not going to be a good thing either, so you need to be willing to kind of move up a little bit, okay? If you stay way too close to the target, what will happen is eventually they will surround you and kill you, okay? You need to move forward, you need to kind of take control of the situation, you need to scout, you need to mark, you need to deal with upcoming vehicles. You can't just kill infantry, okay, especially not on a map like Firestorm. You need to be prepared to deal with vehicles, to put mines down, repair other vehicles as well if you're doing that as your role, or if you're going to be a scout, you need to very efficiently spot targets and eliminate people like these guys right here, and you can see I got the mark on them as well. Now I'm obviously, you know, even though they are coming down the left hand side, I can't deal with them, they've got way too far range, but I can mark and call out to my team, which is what I was doing. Now I'm going back after there's been a lot of, you know, activity there. I want to make sure that the right hand side is under control, so I'm going back here again, scout, check, make sure there's not much going on. So this has been my little overview of defending. The main things you really want to remember are set up an appropriate class dependent on the map and role that you need to play. Think about distance, because distance is extremely important when defending. You don't want to overstretch yourself, but you don't want to be too claustrophobic and hug the base. Think about the rest of your team, think about filling in the gaps, make sure that you spot, mark targets, and eliminate and focus fire on vehicles. That is extremely important. When you identify a vehicle, you need to take it out. You need to be ready as a team to take it out, otherwise those vehicles are definitely going to dominate you. Hope this has been some help, hope you've enjoyed it. Please follow me on Twitter, Lutin09. Check out my other videos. Thanks for watching, guys.